Got me? Gotcha. No talk, right? This is their first or second? The crew, what's good, man? How you feeling? You all right? Glad to see you still out here.
It's now time for the matchup between the number 6 seed, Valpo Shield 219, and the number 3 seed, the Butler Alumni, all good Dawgs. Shield 219 will be the home team on the scoreboard. All good Dawgs will be the home team. Shield 219 is led by General Manager Kendall O'Banner, and all good Dawgs is led by their General Manager Sheldon Beck. And now the starting lineup presented by Air Force Reserve for Shield 219. A 6'9" forward for Valpo, number 33, Bennett Tricky. 6'7" guard for Valpo, 0-3 at corner. 6'8" guard for Valpo, number 1, Victor Anderson. 6'2" guard from Arizona State, number 10, Darius Jackson. 6'4" guard from Valpo, number 32, Brandon Wall. Head coach for Shield 219. forward from Butler, number 10, Kyle Gross. 6'8" forward from Butler, number 4, Tyler Whiteman. 6'5" guard from Butler, number 9, Butler. 6'6" guard from Butler, number 22, Sean McDermott. And 6'8" guard from Butler, number 1, Sheldon Mack. That goes to our all good Dawgs is Sean McDermott.
We welcome you to historic Hinkle Fieldhouse for the basketball tournament 2025 here in Indianapolis, Indiana. This regional gets going this afternoon. Hi everyone, with the two-time first team All-Big Ten, Jordan Taylor. I'm Neil Sika here to have some fun, and we are so excited to get this thing underway at such a fantastic venue and a little home cooking to begin the day. The 3-seed in the region, all good Dawgs. The Butler alumni facing Shield 2-9, formerly known as the Valpo alumni. And they will tip things off with a great tilt. There are 4 college-based alumni teams in the region, the most in the field. 61 here on the way to the $1 million prize. Jordan, great to be with you. This is some great basketball. And when you're in the home barn, that provides a little bit of excitement. Looking forward to this game today, an in-state showdown.
100%. Always good to be in the state of Indiana. They think it's the crown jewel of basketball, and they're proving us right. 4 Indiana-based teams in here today. And Shield 219 feels really good about their chances. They're confident, and it's fun to be here. Hopefully we see a good game.
Stephen McJenkins, Greg Garrettson, Scott Tierney are the referees. We are underway here from Hinkle Fieldhouse, just north of downtown Indianapolis, Butler, Indiana. Feed into the middle for Weidman. Missed it off the back of the rim, and the rebound goes to Cricky of Shield 219. They got bounced in the first round by Assembly Ball last year. Adekoya, they'll look to him big time in that offensive unit along with Brandon Wood. Cricky pulls from 18. True.
Good execution from both sides to start the game. You get the old vet Shelvin Mack with a nice pass. Weidman just missed it. 219 gets what they want. Cricky knocks down the mid-range. That's what he does best.
McDermott on the dribble drive is fouled. He had an outstanding 2 games in the competition last year. Averaged 25 a game. All good Dawgs got off to a good start. They lost to Eberline Drive, who made a really good run in the field in 2024.
Yeah, well, they just ran into a buzzsaw. Eberline Drive, guys like Anthony Clemens, really talented overseas guys. But McDermott brought them back last year with his hot shooting.
Yeah, you were really talented overseas guy. Adekoya in the lane, a little Euro step to score.
Yeah, it's full of them this year. That's another one I played against Jabril Adekoya in the UK, a wily vet himself, very crafty move there.
There's Mack, board ball, and a bad miss. 4-0 start for Shield 219. Wood calls the signals out high. On that ball screen, the great hesitation, but it falls off the front of the tin.
Couple of guys, Brandon Wood, Shelvin Mack, good to see them out here.
Transition and then a pop for 3 in the corner, and all good Dawgs. Cold barking to begin.
For teams that don't play together a lot, this pace has been good. They're getting shots that they want. Not going down right now.
Adekoya, good ball fake, got Mack in the air, but left it short. And Cricky bats it away. How hard is it to maybe get into the rhythm of maybe not playing for such a long time, and then you get thrust into this back and forth affair right away?
Impossible. My hips hurt just watching it right now. Shelvin Mack's a guy, obviously an NBA veteran. You got Brandon Wood, Michigan State veteran. These guys are 35, 36, playing with the young guys. So definitely challenging in this physical and fast environment.
McDermott hunted. The quick movements on and off the ball so far impressive for Shield 219, who lead this game 4-0. They're in the gold. All good Dawgs in the white. Butler alumni, the Valpo alumni. Saturday matinee from historic Hinkle Fieldhouse. 9-minute quarters here in TBT. McDermott curls off on the inbounds and missed the three.
And look for a lot of that from All Good Dogs, running their offense through pin downs and flares through McDermott. That's a good look, just didn't get it.
Front side triple for Jackson, no good. Spill on the baseline. It's going back to All Good Dogs. Marion Jackson, outstanding career at the University of Toledo and then played his grad season at Arizona State. He's from the Cleveland area.
I heard Cleveland's got a lot of hoopers, man. You know, Garfield Heights. I got to shout out my guy Dave Lighty, Ohio State. I know it has nothing to do with this, but, you know, they're full of him. Marion Jackson, Player of the Year in the MAC. Look for him to get a lot of buckets today.
Cleveland Villa Angela St. Joe, as you speak of the Buckeye alum. There's a turnaround from Weidman. I'm paying attention off the top of the backboard. That's brought down, and then Cricky will give it away.
All Good Dogs playing off the backboard a lot right now. They got to find the rhythm.
Good feed inside to Cricky, who slashes to the goal, and it's 6-0, Shield 219.
When you're a scorer like Jackson, you got eyes on him, and you got a cutter like Cricky, the Iowa alum, Iowa transfer after 4 years at Valpo. Good recognition by him.
Gross, little awkward pull-up from inside the stripe. He's holding his right arm. He missed it. All Good Dogs cannot buy a bucket. And Wood will set the tone. Shield 219, leads 6-zip. It's Wood off the screen for three.
Brandon Wood been doing that for a long time. Crafty scorer, undersized guard, played in the Big Ten, but if you leave him like that, he's going to make shots. Great screen by Adekoya.
And then a theft out wide. Jackson takes it away. A 9-0 start for the underdogs here. Wood falls in front of the All Good Dogs bench, and they give possession back. Valpo alums, Shield 219 wanted a foul there.
Yeah, I think they got a point. I don't know if the wind in here is that strong. Brandon Wood took a heck of a tumble. But again, a great start. Like we said, Shield 2-9 said that they were confident. They came out, they're making shots, they're guarding. All Good Dogs starting the same way they did against Everline Drive. They can't wait too long to get going.
Here's Gross inside. Unbalanced, took contact, drew a foul. They'll shoot free throws, and Jason Karras, the head coach of Valpo 219, did not like that call.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to be at the crib playing at home. You get things to go your way. But if you're All Good Dogs, Gross got the right idea. He's attacked the rim the past couple times, didn't get it. This time he's going to go to the line, and that's how you get out of a shooting slump.
Gross at the line, rims out the first free throw, still not on the board. All Good Dogs. Ty Gross, 4 really good seasons at Eastern Michigan, 10th all-time there in Ypsilanti and steals for the Eagles. Played in Germany, Hungary, Canada. And on the board, a little Bronx cheer from the fans here at Hinkle Fieldhouse. All Good Dogs trail 9-1.
Started in Germany, Pro A, the second division over there. It's a really tough league, fast league, but he's built for it. Versatile wing, can shoot it a little bit, got a really impressive skill set.
Wood in control of the offense here for Shield 219. A little high for Cricky, who makes the nice adjustment. Leaves it short on the 15-footer. Weidman and his wide frame coming along, but he's a little loose on the dribble. Left it on the wing anyway, and the fortuitous roll, and Tate knocks down the triple.
Miles Tate getting All Good Dogs going, the quick check-in for the vet. Look for him to bring some energy. He's the younger guy picking up the ball here.
Came off the bench, hoping to provide a spark, and does so with that three. Just past the midpoint of the first quarter. Adekoya finds Cricky, wide open, answers at the other end for Shield 219.
Adekoya, great job getting 2 feet in the paint, finds Cricky. Normally a mid-range guy, steps out there. Both these teams doing a fantastic job playing inside out.
8-point bulge right now. Shield 219. Hodges going to fire. Missed it off the front. Cricky grabs, goes to Jackson. Team in gold on the road. Shield 219 looking the part so far, and Jackson on the pull-up draws the contact. And a foul with 3:46 remaining here in the first quarter. And we'll take a little bit of a pause here at Hinkle Fieldhouse with Shield 219 leading it in their opening round game against All Good Dogs, 12-4. This is TBT 25. Welcome back to Hinkle Fieldhouse. 12-4. Shield 219 leads All Good Dogs. The unmistakable colors of Valparaiso. They were known as the Crusaders. Now, of course, the school changed name to the Beacons. But even the alumni-based group that's played here in TBT, they were known as the Crew, CRU, last year. They got a cease and desist letter from a school in NAIA about the name, so they changed it to Shield, which honors the Crusaders, the former name, and then 219, the area code from up in that part of the state, which is not far away from Chicago, north of here, a couple hours. But boy, Jordan, we were talking about the start of this competition. Looking forward to all the games today, but could you get a rock fight? Could we get some smooth basketball? It looks like Shield 219 has had a lot of cohesion with the way they've played and started this game.
They've been incredible. They're getting 2 feet in the paint. They're moving the ball. Brandon Wood has done a tremendous job of running the offense, setting the tone. And then Ben Cricky has 7 points and 8 rebounds to start the game. And he's 3 for 4. He's making shots and doing what he needs to do.
And he finds a pass inside, but it's missed at the rim by Reeves and collected with a couple of substitutions each way on the floor now. Tate has the lone field goal. All Good Dogs, 1 of 9 from the floor to start this game. They need to get McDermott going. Looks inside, a little step back off the wing. That's an air ball. Batted into the hands of Jackson. Jackson along. He finds the open man in trail position on that far side, but the 3 is no good.
Really impressed with Jackson's as Gross goes to the basket again, wanted a foul. Really impressed with Jackson's ability to find guys even as a scorer.
Reeves is 0 for 2 for since coming on for Shield 219, and then an overthrown pass in transition for Cricky.
Excited about A.J. Reeves, though. He's a talented guy. 4 years in the G League, really talented, really versatile player. He gets beat right there.
Tate shows his elusiveness, gets to the rim, got the foul. What's the remedy right now for this offense of All Good Dogs, and how do they start to get warmed up on the attacking end?
I think it's Miles Tate. He's the only one that's showing any type of energy. The rest of the team doing their part in that rock fight we talked about. But Miles Tate is doing a great job at relocating, pushing pace, pressuring defensively. So I think they got to ride off his energy until they can find this rhythm.
First team all Sun Belt, just fresh out of school at App State. And he played here at Butler. He had 80 career assists over a couple of seasons from the 22 and 23 seasons. He makes the free throw. Deficit half, 12-6. Shield 219 got off to a 9-0 start. They've led throughout here in the first quarter. Good pass in the middle. Jackson comes right down I-70. Got swatted right at the rim. Now Tate, who's been the playmaker, the catalyst. Over for Justice Jr., who pops the trigger on a 3. It's well off. Rebound belongs to Nickerson for Shield 219.
All Good Dog size down here. 2 small guards trying to get some of that energy. And then the rim protector and Jalen Thomas to protect on the backside. You see the steal right there.
2 players had it on the baseline. Second for Cricky, lost it. Tate in transition. He's off the mark from deep. Cricky hustling back to get the board into the hands of Jackson.
If you're All Good Dogs, I think that's what you want. 2-19, trying to play this slower pace, get into their sets.
It's McMillan who leaves a 3 short. Team's falling in love with that shot on both sides. McDermott swings it around, the extra pass, and there is the 3 from Justice Jr.
3 straight threes from Justice Jr. and Tate, but these 2 guards are trying to get these guys going. They're fun to watch out here together.
Played in multiple countries, an NAIA player. He says, I'm going for it. I'm chucking it around. Knocks the 3 down. There's a deep foul inside on Nickerson, trying to collect the rebound. Tate, he's been at both ends of the floor being an active player. 12-9, All Good Dogs slowly nibbling away at that rough start.
Sometimes when you're playing at home, you get a little comfortable. You don't come out with the energy that you're supposed to. Again, similar feel to what happened last year against Eberline Drive. They came back, forced that game to overtime. And here we go again with Miles Tate and James Justice leading the charge, struggling from the line as well, though.
Of course, the famous Elam Ending will be in effect after the final timeout. 4 minutes into the fourth quarter. It's made the basketball tournament the competition that it is now in its 12th year. Hard to believe. And there's a foul inside off the free throw. 3 turnovers for Shield 219 too. That's aided the fact the extra possessions that's allowed All Good Dogs to get a little bit more offensively.
All Good Dogs has to start converting these free throws, though. James Justice and Miles Tate, these two are quick. They're athletic. James Justice known for winning the slam dunk contest, the NCAA slam dunk contest at 5'10".
I was always told if you were a point guard or shooting guard, it's inexcusable to not be a good free throw shooter. You being a point guard would say the same, right?
Yeah, it depends on the day.
That was not the response I was looking for. Deep three goes long. Hodges the rebound.
A.J. Reeves struggling here for 219. But, look, if it's going in the basket, then you need to be a good free throw shooter. If not, we'll see.
Screen grabs the rebound down low. Tate for 3. No. Another offensive board inside. All Good Dogs hitting the glass. Thomas wide. Tate. Another miss. And a scrap inside. It goes to Burnett. Shield 219. For Reeves in the middle. Blocked down low by Thomas. He's having an impact on both ends defensively. Tate the pull-up.
A little bit of both. There's Tate again. You got the block from the big fella Thomas, and then the little guard Tate again in the paint. All Good Dogs finding their mix right now.
And the home fans come to life. They're on a 12-3 run to get the game tied. Half a minute remaining of the first quarter. Adekoya left open. Thought about it. Thomas has really done a number coming into the game for All Good Dogs. Letting it fly. It's an air ball. Maybe not really in the wheelhouse of Adekoya there.
That's fantastic discipline from Jalen Thomas, a natural shot blocker. Adekoya can shoot the ball, but he contests but stays on the ground, doesn't fall for the shot fake, forces the long 3 in the air ball. The 2 bigs, 2 little guard lineup, a really nice adjustment there from All Good Dogs as McDermott will check back into the game. Look for him to get in the action right here now that they got their rhythm.
Well-deserved rest for Thomas, who goes to the bench for All Good Dogs. He dealt with blood clots 2 years ago at Butler. An outstanding shot blocker, 5th all-time at Georgia Southern, and immediately had an impact in this game. Tate, wild on the dribble, but it falls kindly for Hodges. Missed it high. The horn sounds to conclude a back and forth first quarter of play, which saw Shield 219 swing the pendulum in one direction to start. All Good Dogs recover to end it 12-12 after 9 minutes.
A really good start, like you said. 219 had a great rhythm. Brandon Wood was controlling the offense. And then Miles Tate, James Justice Jr., and the big fella Jalen Thomas came in, changed the energy. Great job. They found what worked for them. But All Good Dogs cannot afford to play lackadaisical going forward. This 219 team does a great job of executing.
Take a quick breather and come back. TBT 25, Indianapolis Regional from Hinkle Fieldhouse this afternoon. Shield 219 and All Good Dogs tied at 12. Look at Jason Karras and Shield 219. Jason Karras just wrapped up his tenure as an assistant coach at Stonehill, just outside of Boston. In fact, there are a few Division II players on the roster down the depth chart from NEC schools that he found in the Boston area. It's always interesting, especially with the alumni-based teams, how they complement the rest of the roster and the fascinations with just connections from overseas and guys that play together. Jackson misses on a jumper to start the second quarter.
Yeah, the basketball world shrinks really quick when you get into the professional world specifically, but you know guys from AAU and the connections, that's the beautiful part about the game.
So many guys came over before tip to say hello to you. I thought they were going to ask you to play.
They would have got a booming no.
Well, but a fun fact, you did play in the very first edition of TBT, did you not?
I did. We lost first round, played with Cam Taylor, Jordan Enriquez, got coached by the great Howard Moore, and that was my one shot, man. We did not get the money.
The $1 million prize. Of course,
time though.
Yes, it's a blast now in its 12th season. Home court advantage, a big part of this year. Joint home court hosts All Good Dogs and Assembly Ball, which we'll see in the next game, playing Fail Harder in the second matchup. The winners will connect. Here's a baseline jumper connecting. Had a good start.
Real Adekoya, that's his game right there. You get him in a face-up 15, let him play. Nice little left to right cross, takes advantage. Tough shot.
10 years ago, he was the Horizon League Sixth Man of the Year, Adekoya. Scrappy play inside. And on the defensive end, almost a steal. Thomas is back in there for All Good Dogs. Comes up with the crumbs, got fouled.
Jalen Thomas, grad transfer to the Big East. He is very impressive in what he's doing right now. A typical Thad Matta type big. Current Butler coach, but a lot of energy.
You had a lot of great battles with Thad Matta, head coach Thad Matta, when you were at Wisconsin and Ohio State.
We did, and I talked to John Diebler, who was also with the Butler Bulldogs. Now I said I was going to avoid mentioning when we knocked them off when they were #1, but I'm not going to do it.
I was recently rewatching that footage, by the way.
Well, you must have been bored.
No, there was some merit behind it. I'll get into it. Cricky turnaround jumper. Adekoya hustles to keep it alive. Now Reeves. And he threw it away. He didn't see how close and the relation of the pass to Wood. So it's a turnover. That's been an issue right now. That's the fourth for Shield 219.
219, you feel really good if you're up 2. A.J. Reeves is struggling. Marion Jackson hasn't got it going. Foul right there.
Go inside to Weidman. Croatia, Israel, Hungary, Italy on his professional resume. Played in the Pan Am Games in 2019 and now at the free throw line.
Most recently in A2 in Italy, the second division. Really tough league over there, physical. Kyle Hines, guys like that started there. One of the greatest Americans, maybe the greatest American to play overseas. So got a really interesting resume, Weidman.
Free throw is good, 14-13. All Good Dogs tied it at the end of the first quarter. They have not led in this game. They tied for a second time on the toss from Weidman. So into Wood it goes. Jackson, peel back, McMillan comes with the high ball screen for Wood. Now McMillan controls. Shot fake Adekoya, step back, not a lot of room there. Finds Wood, no good. Weidman leads out Hodges in transition, the layup.
That's what All Good Dogs wants to do. That's actually a great set there from Shield 219, just an unfortunate miss. Good recognition by All Good Dogs to get an easy one in transition.
Nashville, Tennessee native gives the first lead for All Good Dogs of the afternoon. Nickerson, pretty turnaround.
Tough move there. Most recently in third division Spain. Versatile, can guard out on the wing, but he can play back to the basket like that.
Started his career at Charlotte, finished at Valpo. Three from the wing. McDermott still can't get it to go. Now Wood left his feet.
Great job by Tate there. That was a mistake by Jackson. Got lucky.
Nickerson feeling it.
Nickerson, can't leave him alone either. He gets a little space, knocks it down. Gives a look over to the 219 crowd section over here.
Helped them win the Horizon League tournament 10 years ago, Valpo, and was on that tournament team. Victor Nickerson has 5 quick ones and a theft that wasn't because of a foul at the other end on Shield 219.
Opportunistic transition there by 219. That's what they'll do. They, again, doing a great job of getting into their sets, being disciplined.
Weidman, good take. Just a lob out high, and he cruised to the rim. Good back and forth here, 19-18. Shield 219 been leading for much of the game. A brief lead for All Good Dogs, and they come up with a steal. Tate, a fake in midair, and then off cadence shooting, didn't pay off.
Really heads up transition defense there by 219. Realize you got Jalen Thomas at the rim. You stay home, force the jump shot.
Jackson, good feed inside. Spill for the moment, Nickerson amongst the trees. Swatted by McDermott. It's last off Nickerson.
All Good Dogs do have a size advantage. That's been relevant. Multiple blocks inside. 219 going to have to stick to it. When they get out of when they get out of execution or get out of script, it's going to be difficult for them to score, especially with this ball pressure and this rim protection.
Shelvin Mack comes back on. So does Ty Gross for All Good Dogs. Bo Hodges runs the point. Wood defends. Here's Hodges, 9 in white. Looks cross court, Weidman. The extra pass, Gross. Strong on the 3.
Good execution, good pistol action there from All Good Dogs. Great pass from Hodges, just missed the shot.
Jackson, a blur, got to the goal, fell over, missed the shot, but that's because they say he was fouled. Marion Jackson will go to the line.
That's what he does, gets downhill. All Good Dogs doesn't like the call when you continually put pressure on the rim like that. And again, if you're All Good Dogs and he gets going, that could be trouble for them defensively.
So free throws coming when we come back. All Good Dogs call the timeout. And we will take it with them and be back with you momentarily from Hinkle Fieldhouse in a 19-18 game. Shield 219 in the lead. Welcome back, Hinkle Fieldhouse. Built in 1928. So many good stories. If these walls could talk.
What do you think they'd say?
We may have to tell the stories.
I was going to say, what do you think they say?
Jackson hits the free throw. They would say, why would the namesake Tony Hinkle, legendary coach at Butler, serve us bologna sandwiches and 7-Up on our road trips? Nutrition, not what it was back then.
Yeah.
Hodges didn't know that he was going to be that wide open coming down the lane. Lost the handle on it. Jackson pulls a quick transition 3. It's short.
Shaking the rust off. We've seen countless air balls and backboard shots, but All Good Dogs. This is going to be an advantage for them posting up Jackson.
Jackson was aggressive with Gross, and the longtime NBA pro Shelvin Mack fed him in the post. Those remarkable seasons for Mack and Butler in 2010 and 11, national finalists, the Duke and UConn respectively. That was your era?
We got knocked off by Shelvin Mack and Matt Howard in 2011 in the Sweet 16. Really good team. Ron Norad, year after, obviously, the infamous Gordon Hayward miss, but
yes,
a great era for the Butler Bulldogs. And Shelvin Mack is one of the best to do it in college basketball in that era.
that famous miss, the Hayward miss, right down the road, 20 minutes away at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Would have been the shot heard around the world.
Yeah. Unbelievable ending.
All good Dogs with a clear mandate from Coach Van Zant to attack Marion Jackson on the post.
Shield 219 still leading by 1, just past the midpoint of the second quarter. Adekoya backs in. Back to Burnett. Good dribble drive penetration. Feeding Adekoya. Nice run of the set there that ends in a foul.
Well, we know this is an alumni team. They've been together, they know each other, but for guys that don't play together all year round, the way that they're executing and playing off of one another is really remarkable. A sign of veteran leadership from Brandon Wood and Jabril Adekoya, among others.
Adekoya rims out the free throw. We were just reminiscing about the 2010 National Championship and that run by Butler, and Sean Van Zant was part of that Butler team. He's the one coaching all good Dogs. Adekoya hits the free throw.
219 starting to get to the line. Couple trips now, just their third and fourth trips to the line of the game.
All good Dogs. They've shot 12 free throws already. Mack. It's a little bit of a slip there over to Gross. Pulls up from a comfortable range.
Great recognition there. Is Shelvin Mack starting to find his rhythm now, running the offense how he knows best. Good recognition by Gross. The three's not going down. Take a step in, get the easy rhythm shot.
Adekoya fakes right.
Good pass.
Knifing inside, but they can't convert at the rim. Now Gross. Over to Mack. Little burst through the lane. Left it shy, was distracted there. Wood keeps it alive. Out it goes. Laid in by Reeves.
Shelvin Mack trying to put his head down, get to the rim. A couple years ago, that would have been an easy lay. Might have been a foul, no call.
It's part of the reason Atlanta Hawks won 60 games that one season he was there.
100%. 100%. You know, sometimes when your age gets up there, your body just doesn't do what your mind thinks it can, but still a really aggressive take from Mack.
I asked him if he had 36 minutes in him today. He said more like 6.
Listen, he told me 12 to 20.
All right.
And I'm impressed with him. I'm over here, and like I said, my hips are hurting watching him, so we're the same age. Shout out to him for still doing it, man.
24-22, Shield 219 in the lead. And we'll step out for the moment here at Hinkle Fieldhouse. TBT 25. Shield 219. in the lead, 24-22 over All Good Dogs, the Valpo alumni-based group. Instead, at the onset, there are 4 college-based alumni teams, more than any other region. Then you've got 2 teams that are predicated from in and around Lebanon, Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Oh, and by the way, we haven't mentioned the one alumni team that doesn't have ties to the Hoosier State. That's the defending champs, Carmen's crew, who are also here, the #1 seed in action later tonight.
Excited to watch those guys coming back. A little bit of, they got a lot of guys back, a little variation from the squad. Not a ton of Ohio State guys, but always Ohio ties to the squad.
I can promise you there are some Ohio State guys in the building right now.
100%.
Gross is at the free throw line. 24-22. Shield 219 managing to lead by 2. They're only 34% from the field, but All Good Dogs says hold our beer for the moment. We're 21%. Cricky has the reach incoming.
21% from the field, 2 of 16 from 3.
They've got 8 of their points at the line. They've scored 5 points off the 5 turnovers.
Left 6 points at the line as well.
Pace of the game is slowed. Wood with foul line extended. Now finds an open avenue. Say the ball was jostled loose. That's why he didn't get called for traveling, leaving his feet. Air ball, though, into the hands of McDermott. Here comes Bo Hodges. He'll set the offense.
You would think that has to be some call there. I'm not sure. Jumped in the air. Brandon Wood getting the vet discount.
Mack. Fortuitous deflection. Got it back, up, and down. Into the line for 1. Shelvin Mack.
Fortuitous bounce for Mack. He stays with it. That big body comes in handy. That's what he's always been, physical. Gets Brandon Wood up in the air and finishes through contact.
Shelvin Mack saying yesterday, could have went to Kentucky. He's a Lexington boy. Didn't want to play behind John Wall. The opportunity right away to thrive at Butler. Dayton was the other choice. They say he made the right decision in the end.
That's what we call a business decision. You know, going to Kentucky with Eric Bledsoe and John Wall. Iron sharpens iron, but sometimes you just got to meet them at the top, which is a smart move by Shelvin Mack.
Second time today, All Good Dogs off the 3-point play from Shelvin Mack have the lead, 25-24.
Little flex action from 219 right there.
It's Burnett, who played at Stonehill outside of Boston. Little shake off and then a pull 3 from Reeves. All Good Dogs bench wanted an offensive foul. Reeves shakes it away and strokes it.
Coach Van Zandt wanted the foul. Reeves pointing at him.
Tate, high aggressive action to the rim. Defended well by McMillan. Transition now, and it's awkward for Shield 219. That leads to a giveaway, and Tate gets it to roll down the tin.
Tough finish there by Miles Tate. Under the rim finish.
Plays looking unorthodox, but they all count the same. 27 all. There's Burnett. Off the right, throws one up, a little wildly, missed it. And now a push out in transition. Tate got away. He's the driving force of this offense. Hodges, aggressive move to the middle. Thomas, a pull up on the wing, no. But a foul inside, and once again the size of All Good Dogs giving some problems. Screen was held.
This has been the combination for All Good Dogs. Miles Tate, energy, pace. You see the game picking back up as soon as he gets the ball in his hands. And then Jalen Thomas and Screen beating up the glass. Oh, and guess who's coming back to join him? It's James Justice Jr., who was part of that squad that got them back, or part of that lineup that got them back in the game earlier.
The unapologetic three-point shooter who did hit one and steps on the floor. Wood will leave for Shield 219. And we see Corey Johnson from Duluth, Minnesota. And one you know well come onto the floor here with 1:02 remaining in the half.
Yes, sir. Shout out Minneapolis. Duluth a little bit north, but we'll shout that area out. Corey, Iowa State guy, went to Valpo.
Here's McDermott off a spill and missed the three. Hit by a field goal after he was one of the leading scorers in the first 2 games of the competition last year. Johnson Jr. missed from range on the wing. Jackson over dribbles, and it knocks away in favor of Shield 219. I love how you were Minnesota nice there, just lumping all the cities together.
You know what I'm saying? We got to show love to the Iron Range up north. One band, one sound, man. Corey said he wanted to get 5 minutes in, so.
You made Toulouse sound like it was in St. Paul.
For this purpose, it is.
Okay, fair enough.
It's the original Chicago, man.
Now we got an inbound on the baseline here for Shield 219. They're trailing by 1. They've only trailed 3 times in this game. Look inside for Johnson, and he's fouled. He snuck to a good spot and will shoot free throws.
Like I said, Minneapolis, you know what we do. You get in the game, get busy. Great rip screen, great back screen, excuse me, for Johnson. All good dogs get lost on the inbound. Some miscommunication there.
Corey Johnson, good career in Switzerland, Spain, Finland, Luxembourg. You were in college at the same time. Did you face each other in high school ever?
Nah, never in high school, but Corey was a little bit before his time, man. He's 6'6", 6'7", 4-man who could step out, shoot the ball. He was just, you know, in this era, I think that would have been received a lot differently. Still a heck of a career.
Yeah, if you're over 6'5", you better be able to shoot it from range. 28 all.
I don't even know if you can play.
That's right.
If you're not over 6'5" now, I don't even know if you're allowed
You're
to
not
play
even playing point guard. Yeah, right.
basketball, man.
Tate. Oh, that's true.
Miles Tate. Good read. They run a little Spain action. Shield 219 gets confused. Tough action to guard. They drop off of him. He makes them pay.
31-28. This is the biggest lead for All Good Dogs, who have scruffed their way back into the game. A miss for Jackson on the 3. Tate lets it fly from half court. No good. But what an end to the first half. Just a scrappy affair, and that's how the Dogs won it, for the Butler alumni to take it to a 3-point lead at the break, 31-28.
Miles Tate tried to channel his inner Gordon Hayward right there at the buzzer, but it's been all him leading the charge for All Good Dogs. 13, 3 rebounds, 4 of 9 from the field, and he somehow has All Good Dogs back on top.
Indianapolis Regional underway from historic Hinkle Fieldhouse. Halftime in Game 1 of the afternoon. All Good Dogs, the 3 seed, leads the 6 seed Shield 219, 31-28. We'll step out and be back with you for the second half. It's TBT 25. We welcome you back to Hinkle Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, Indiana. All good Dogs leading Shield 219, 31-28. We get going here in the third quarter. On the lob inside to Hodges. All good Dogs, they've really done a nice job slowing the game down, and Shelvin Mack dribble, drive, and score.
Great execution there. They want to attack that post again with the bigger Hodges. He commands a double or the help. Ball goes in rotation and a young burst from Shelvin Mack.
They take it away inside. McDermott. Now the veteran of just under 500 games in the NBA, Mack. Around the horn, and McDermott in a nice chest all game long. Hasn't been able to buy one.
McDermott can't find that. That one's on Gross, though. Gross has got to get that ball out of his hands a little bit sooner when he's in rhythm.
Marion Jackson answers at the other end for Shield 219. Big three. Brings them back within two, 33-31.
His first field goal of the game. 2 free throws, 5th point there. And again, he's supposed to be their scorer. They're hanging around with not a lot of production from him, so a good sign for 219.
On the outside to Bo Hodges. A face-up from Weidman. Backing down on Adekoya, smooth.
Big body, two big fellas going at it. The Weidman wins that one. Old school move right there.
Here's Wood. Gets a screen out high from Cricky, but too strong. Amped up on that shot. Lead is 4 for All Good Dogs. Weidman waits for McDermott. Up and under in the reverse, which doesn't go, but he contortioned himself enough to earn the contact.
Really heady play there by Weidman. The pass from Shelvin Mack a little bit off target. He catches it there at the elbow, or at the nail, excuse me. And McDermott just runs off a little butt screen from him. Great pass.
So McDermott at the line. We've seen the tempo slow. All Good Dogs handling their business a little bit more. What's maybe the adjustment now for Shield 219?
Shield 219 has to get Marion Jackson going. They have to get him in space. They have to get him his rhythm with that, whether it's high ball screen, whether it's drag ball screen. That has to be the guy for them, as they started out 12 points in the first quarter. They've been streaky offensively, but he's their guy. He's got to find it.
Up floor comes Jackson. A look inside for Cricky, who was held. Largest lead of the game for All Good Dogs.
Pass there by Marion Jackson. You can feel as you mentioned, kind of the tide changing in favor of All Good Dogs.
On the inbound, it goes to Wood. Nickerson flashed quickly in that second quarter with 5 straight. Got an angle here, got contact, no call.
That's a foul right there. He's got to get that call. It's a clear hip check.
There's been a couple of misses. Mack, easy give up to Gross.
Shelvin Mack starting to impose his will. That's a clear foul right there. Another turnover.
And Jackson threw it into the hands of Hodges. Gross at the rim, 2 in a row.
There you go. All Good Dogs starting to get out in transition. One referee assisted, I think, a little bit. That's just a bad decision, though, on the second one by Marion Jackson. All Good Dogs getting opportunistic defensively.
They are barking. So are the fans, to the tune of what they like, a 10-point lead. All Good Dogs started this game trailing 9-0.
All Good Dogs are bigger. They're more physical than Shield 219. Marion Jackson, a smaller guard. He's got to get the ball in the middle of the floor, stay off that sideline. They try to go pistol action there. That's going to be tough.
Jackson, Nickerson, Gross and McDermott over for late cover. And free throws coming for Victor Nickerson.
Good attack right there. It's still all Marion Jackson right there. All Good Dogs took a risk, tried to double the ball. Jackson forced another rotation and then wisely got rid of it. Nickerson attacks the closeout in the rotation. He'll go to the line.
So Nickerson, the free throw. Last playing in Spain. 2024. From Norcross, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Hits both free throws. Mack in control right now. Little floater goes shy. Battle inside. Weidman can't get it to go. Wood off on the wing. Reeves, Cricky, everything distracted. Defensive action's a lot quicker now for All Good Dogs. McDermott got bumped in transition.
And that pressure of All Good Dogs on the length size, speeding up Shield 219. Cricky can make that mid-range shot, but that one was a little rushed. That's not his shot. Again, if you're Shield 219, get the ball in the hands of Marion Jackson, get it out in transition opportunistically for A.J. Reeves, and let Nickerson attack closeouts.
That's the two-time first-team All-Big Ten guard from Wisconsin, Jordan Taylor. I'm Neil Sika, having some fun here. Game 1 of TBT 25, the Indianapolis Regional. All Good Dogs, the home team, the 3 seed, leading by 8. McDermott was fouled on the defensive attempt for a board by Nickerson. It's going the other way. The momentum has swung considerably since mid-second quarter or so for All Good Dogs.
Yeah, it was that second unit, Miles Tate, James Justice, and Jalen Thomas who really got it, but now they got this first unit going. The older guy, Shelvin Mack, found his rhythm.
Second round semifinals of the regional will be Monday night. Could be a potential date with Assembly Ball, who plays Fail Harder next. So the winners face off against in the afternoon matchups. A bunny missed, and it leads to a Jackson 3 at the other end for Shield 219.
5-point swing, great execution offensively from All Good Dogs. Hodges just smoked the layup. And you let Marion Jackson out in transition.
Hodges misses the 15-footer, an air ball. Weidman saves it right into the hands of Nickerson. Nickerson coming down the boulevard, missed it. Cricky's there.
That's the gravity of Marion Jackson right there. McDermott did not want to leave him wide open when Nickerson was pushing the break. Left the boulevard open, he smoked the layup. But Cricky with his 13th rebound of the game and the putback.
Shield 219, they found their sword again for the moment. Down only 3 now, and good defense inside, forcing a wild miss.
McDermott still struggling. Here's Jackson again. He's got to attack rim.
McDermott's he's woken up on the wrong side of the bed, and the cut cuts it to 1. Reeves. A.J. Reeves. And this run continues for Shield 219.
He comes storming back. A little fatigue starting to set in on both sides. A couple of substitutions.
7 straight. Mack is off with a miss from distance. Marion Jackson. Jackson pulled up, found Cricky. 9-0 run. Shield 219 to the lead again.
Great pass from Marion Jackson. Better hands from Ben Cricky.
Weidman, Gross, he scores.
Good rhythm to this game. Guys playing off each other well. Ben Cricky channeling his OBJ a little bit there. I don't even know if he saw that thing.
Pace the way the game started, but guys are knocking down shots. Jackson's coming to life here in the third.
All right, now we having a little bit of fun. Eh? We getting up and down. Jackson with 9 third-quarter points, doing what he does best. Oh.
It's Mack. The runway is open on each end.
That's my speed right there. Just walk to the lane, the old vet, Shelvin Mack. Love to see it.
45 all. Jackson, heat check. Badly missed.
Yeah, he's wilding now. He's got to slow down. That's not the shot you want, but he's feeling it. That's your guy. You got to let him go.
Gross. Nice spin move, but couldn't finish it. Now Nickerson, the lob up. Jackson's there. Wood leaves it down the ropes. 47-35, an impressive stretch for Shield 219, who looked like they were on the mat. And Jackson's got a little chatter for the fans here at Hinkle Fieldhouse, and a timeout is called with 2:39 remaining in the third.
He's getting active with a couple of the Butler All Good Dogs fans sitting courtside. He's got 9 points, 3 assists here in this third quarter, and that's what we talked about in the first half. 219 was staying in the game in striking distance without their guy getting it going. And now he's got everything going. He's running his mouth a little bit. The ball's going in the basket. One of the best feelings in the game. You get to chat a little bit.
We'll keep it right here. 9 points for Jackson in the quarter. 9 of his 11 in the game, where he's hit 3 3-pointers. And this is a 14-4 run right now for the artist formerly known as The Crew, CRU. But Valpo's alums, Shield 219, they're not backing down from the challenge. They felt they're going to be under. You're going to hear the word underdog a lot in the home of the Bulldogs, but you got to have a chip on your shoulder. If you're not one of the favorites or have part of this home court advantage, that's maybe the ethos you have to apply to yourself in a situation like this.
100%. And they talked about it before the game. They're used to being the underdog coming from a mid-major. When I was in school, though, all good dogs, they were Horizon League. Butler was a Horizon League team. They were underdogs doing their thing. Now in the Big East, guys like Andre Screen just finishing up, they're the top dogs. Got a little more moxie, let's say, behind their bite.
There's been a lot of mid-major Bulldogs that have become top dogs. Gonzaga, Butler. Think about the landscape of college basketball and how it's vastly changed even in the last 2-3 years.
It has. Yes, it has.
Now you've got this mix of TBT 25, many players with professional careers overseas. Of course, overseas elite. It's one of the dominant teams in TBT history and the wins of 4 consecutive tournaments.
Yep. Bringing guys like Eric McCollum with you. A mercenary, if you will. But he's, with all due respect, he is a bucket. He runs in the family, obviously. We had a lot of good teams come through this TBT.
Tate Thomas provided a spark the last time he was in, but he throws it away here to Cricky. That leads Reeves, the transition. There is Jackson.
Jackson getting it going, man. And we talked about it. He averaged 20 a game in the second division in Greece this year. If you know anything about overseas basketball, you play in Greece second division, Turkey second division, as Justice Jr. gets it going with the mid-range. You play in one of those leagues, you got to be able to fill it up.
Best shooting of the game in this quarter for each team. 11 in the quarter for Jackson. Wood answers. They can't miss right now, Shield 219. They lead by 4 and Wood to the line.
Brandon Wood, 36 years old, out here still doing it and doing what he's done for years. Did it for Valpo. He's also got the homage with the green shoes to his days at Michigan State. He's looking like the best of both worlds, Sparty and his time at Valpo right there.
Plays in memory of his late wife. Hits the free throw. He says this has been a cathartic experience to be part of these competitions. Passed away in 2022. Justice Jr. No good on the near wing 3. Volleyballed around before it's in the hands of Jackson, who's been the player on the marquee in this third quarter. Shuffles away off a screen. The floater no good. Screen into the hands. Keeps it high. Jackson scrapping, but it's just out of the range of Cricky. Now it's Tate. Justice Jr. to his left. Tate leaves it for Thomas, the trailer. Yes.
Heady play there by Tate. Almost got ripped. That's a tough shot by Jalen Thomas for a 6'10 guy. 1-2 step from 13 feet, especially in today's era.
Here's Burnett. Comfortable on that left-handed dribble. Cricky. What ingenuity for Cricky.
And Cricky with the tough finish. That's what he does well. He's crafty with that left hand.
Didn't know he had those moves in the toolkit. 54-49. Shield 219 in transition. Leading by 5. Wood a 3.
That's a layup right there. Here it goes. Shield 219 doing a much better job at handling this pressure from the smaller all good dogs lineup than they did in the first half. And that's a layup from the corner for Wood.
They are lancing their way through all good dogs right now. And they lose possession off of that unorthodox shot. Good defense there, 57-49. This game was 41-33 4 minutes ago in favor of all good dogs.
Shield 219's done a great job. In the first half, they struggled with this pressure, this energy from that second lineup. In the second half, they're counteracting it with their own pace. They're not slowing down. They're getting in transition. Brandon Wood with the corner 3. They're throwing it ahead, and that's how you typically beat pressure. Great job by Shield 219.
24-8 is the run right now. Wood About a 4.5-second difference between game and shot clock. Wood draws two, back to Jackson. Jackson looks back to Wood, has to get it away, does! And we call a shot clock violation after he let it fly. I did think maybe he did get it released, but to no avail, it was no good anyway.
No review here, so it's not gonna matter much, and it didn't go in, so.
Last chance here with Tate up the floor. In the final seconds to the goal, got fouled. The recent college grad, a blur down the floor. All important to the line here before the quarter breaks.
Miles Tate 13-3 in the first half. He stuck on that 13-3. Not the same effect as he had in the first stanza of the game, but you see him trying to get some rhythm back right there. Big play here to close the quarter.
That free throw up and good. Of course, you get 6 fouls here in the basketball tournament. NCAA rules pretty much govern everything else, although you've got the European flair of being able to knock it off the cylinder. 0.8 remaining, into Burnett. Good if it goes. It does not, but an emphatic end to the third quarter. Shield 219 on the march. The Valpo alums, which found themselves right in the thick of a battle with all good dogs, now lead by 6 going to the fourth quarter, and we're getting close to the Elam ending. We'll step out and come back for the fourth from Hinkle Fieldhouse. TBT 25, Shield 219 leading by 6.
As a reminder, TBT will use the Elam Ending at the conclusion of today's game. At first man ball, 4 minutes to go. The clock will shut off, and a target score will be set by 8 points to the TBT score. The first team to reach that target score wins.
Back on the floor for the start of the fourth quarter. Neil Sika, the 2-time All-Big Ten guard from Wisconsin, Jordan Taylor, having some fun. Game 1 of the Indianapolis Regional. Hinkle Fieldhouse also a host in 2024. It's the 12th edition of the basketball tournament. Harmon's crew, the defending champs, are here. They play later tonight, but right now all good dogs, the 3 seed, and the hometown favorite in a dog fight. Lob at the rim, and that's a good way to start the quarter. Weidman for Gross.
Beautiful action there by Coach Van Zant. Go inside. Weidman's done a great job. All eyes on him. Quick back screen with your shooter, McDermott, and lose the high flyer, Gross, at the rim.
Jackson for Cricky. Didn't realize how open he was. Stopped, took a dribble, and threw it off the square.
Both sides really happy with the execution to start. Marion Jackson's ability to pass the ball, 5 assists now. And Cricky, that pick and roll game they got is working.
There's a 3 from Mack. It misses off the back, but Gross sneaks in there to steal it away. Over for McDermott. Gonna drive and try and get to the hole, get his offensive game going. True contact inside. Those are the little plays right there that maybe go unnoticed, but if it swings the momentum back in All Good Dogs' favor.
Yeah, 100%. And if you're McDermott there, you're struggling, you're 0 for 6. That one might have been the extra pass to Mack. He might have gave some of that momentum back right there.
Weidman, splash from 3.
Maybe not. Miles Tate, who else? 2 feet in the paint. Great vision, great recognition. And Weidman, you leave him open like that. Not typically a three-point shooter, but he will knock that down.
Here's Jackson, who could do no wrong in that third quarter, but he's a little shy there, falling back. The shooting has really picked up for Shield 19 from that third quarter on. Extra pass, Mack missed the 3. Cricky gives to Jackson. 3-point lead for the team in gold, Shield 219. There's been a 6 winning already in the tournament and a 5. Marginal upsets, if you will. Cricky, just quality control right there on the baseline.
Ben Cricky, 17 and 16. He's having himself a ball game. Tried to get Tate in the mismatch. Great recognition to switch out.
Wood gets deep on the floor. He twists Mack into a pretzel. It's a 3-on-1. Adekoya got smacked at the rim. And Tate commits the foul. Meanwhile, back behind the play from that collision between Wood and Mack is still in pain. Got the wrong end on that shoulder, reaching for the loose ball.
And those hurt a little different, up at that 35, 36 age. Shelvin Mack, he's built for it, though. He's going to pop up. He'll be all right. On the other end, Miles Tate, a great foul there on Adekoya. Physical foul, shows the sportsmanship after, but make him go earn it at the line. Really impressed with how Miles Tate has competed all night long for All Good Dogs.
That's a quick reminder, even though you're having fun in this competition, you know $1 million is at stake, and it's a heated thing, don't get me wrong, and then you realize, oh, I don't remember or miss those plays at all, those 50-50 duels. Walk away with a stinger.
Yeah, I'll walk away for free.
Yeah, exactly, I'm good. Adekoya missed that free throw.
Great foul by Miles Tate. Adekoya misses the free throw. Either team shooting it very well from the line. 7-10 for Shield 219 and 14-21 for All Good Dogs. But the story has been Shield 219's execution and upgraded pace here to counteract the All Good Dogs' defensive pressure in the second half.
We're finishing mopping up the wet spot. It's almost like you'd think a hockey rink was under below, although it was a torrential downpour outside Hinkle Fieldhouse for a good 30 minutes here in Indianapolis.
Torrential, I like that. That's a school word, man. I like that. It's impressive vocab.
You're going to bring your vocab up to speed.
Man, I'm going to kick it with you, man. Teach me some things.
You got it.
Show me the way.
Free throw is missed. Hodges has it. And here comes All Good Dogs, down by 5. We're a couple of minutes away from Elam ending time. Hodges, Weidman, play a little two-man game. Weidman, big 3.
Tyler Weidman's coming alive here for All Good Dogs. His 12th point. They're playing through him here in this fourth quarter. They wanted to get out in transition. Now it's been slow it up, throw it to Weidman, let him work.
3 in double figures for All Good Dogs. Adekoya, little squirrely on the dribble, lost it. Gross comes up with it.
Great hands by Weidman there.
This is Tate. He's a real live wire. Almost a little sloppy on that dribble crossover. It will stay with All Good Dogs. Inside of 4 minutes at the first timeout, that's when we'll go to the Elam ending.
It's been all Tyler Weidman here in the fourth quarter. He's knocked down 2 threes. He got an assist or 2 out of the post, but everything's going through him. Pick and roll, high pick and roll, side pick and roll. Ball's got to come out sooner to him. Good rotation there by 219.
Weidman whips it around. McDermott fakes right on a joust left. Back over on the wing, and Tate knocks down a triple.
Miles Tate, he is balling today. Shout out McDermott, though. He's struggling, makes the unselfish play to the hot Miles Tate, and All Good Dogs back on top.
That's 6 straight. They've hit 2 threes in a row to capture the lead, 62-61. Foul inside.
Marion Jackson got the switch he wanted, came alive in the third quarter. His eyes lit up when he saw Weidman in front of him, and Weidman gave him a little forearm shiver, says, "We not playing that today. You're going to have to take that ball out, check up."
Both teams have really been in foul trouble. It's been a well-played game from that perspective. 2 on All Good Dogs now. Go by the quarter. And there is an over-the-back foul on Jackson.
Not the shot you want if you're 219 right there. Contested from A.J. Reeves. He can make that, but he struggled from the floor today, 1 for 6. They've been executing in such an impressive way.
6-0 run. All Good Dogs in the lead. Tate gives it off. Weidman, the last 2 to hit threes. He's hit 2 in a row.
Tyler Weidman, back-to-back threes, his third of the quarter. Again, there it is, that ball screen. Marion Jackson doesn't want to switch. They get the mismatch.
3 straight from downtown. Malik McMillan inside. That's a good move.
Tough finish. Malik McMillan. First basket of the game, and in this moment, a lot of courage for him to step up. Left hand off the glass.
Most improved in the Missouri Valley Conference. Oh, my!
That's Tyler Weidman. Let it fly, big fella. I said he wasn't a three-point shooter, but get me off the mic. He is letting it fly.
Weidman, why not? Letting it rip. 3 straight triples and 4 in a row from distance for All Good Dogs to lead 68-63. What an incredible second half we've had. A tale of 2 quarters in the third and the fourth. And All Good Dogs restoring order in their kennel, leading by 5.
Tyler Weidman, Italy A2 this past season. He can face you up. He's a physical guy inside. He can make the 3 clearly. But all Good Dogs is doing a mandate from Coach Van Zandt. Put him in the pick and roll, particularly with Marion Jackson. There's been some confusion on Shield 219. They don't want to switch. They're late to the closeout in that instance, and Tyler Weidman is making him pay every single time. He hasn't even hit the rim.
Come a long way from being 0 for 6 in his career at Butler from 3. That is incredible.
I was on to something. I know he's not typically a three-point shooter, but, hey, growth is a beautiful thing. Shout out the big fella for improving his game over time.
It's Jackson. In for Cricky. And the swing over, and it's stolen by Hodges. So the lead is 5.
Really disciplined double team there by All Good Dogs. Got the mismatch on Tate. Gross came after the ball hit the floor. Harder to pass off the dribble for Cricky than off the catch.
We're heading into inside of 4 minutes and Elam Ending time. And on that timeout, that's where we'll hit that next window. So +8 from here on out with this timeout taken by All Good Dogs. 68-63 the lead, where they've hit their last 4 field goals from downtown. Tyler Weidman with a massive performance. He's got a game-high 18 along with Miles Tate. Cricky was 17 for Shield 219, and Marion Jackson has 13. Brandon Woods also in double figures with 11.
Got to give Coach Van Zandt a heck of a nod right there. They wanted to play up tempo in this first half. In the second half, it wasn't working. 219 adjusted. They started attacking. All Good Dogs, some fatigue set in. So what does he do? He throws it inside to start the quarter, the fourth quarter, to Tyler Weidman. You get a lob. He starts to find his rhythm, and they've put him in every single ball screen or action in the half court. That's their half court guy. He's come through for Coach Van Zandt, and All Good Dogs is 10 points away from taking this first round game.
That would lead towards a matchup in the regional semifinals on Monday night here in Indianapolis. The winner plays the winner of the next game, the 2-7 matchup, which is Assembly Ball. The Indiana Alumni and the Crimson and Cream have been filing in and out of Hinkle Fieldhouse and really filing in now for good for their matchup with Fail Harder, a group that has Indiana ties and co-founded by former University of Virginia star Kyle Guy. And that quote from former coach Tony Bennett at Virginia about failing harder after the heartbreaking loss, the 16-1 in 2018 in the NCAA tournament, UMBC beating Virginia. Virginia went on to win the NCAA title in 2019. But here, the matter at hand, these alumni bases, Valpo alums, Shield 219, a valiant performance. You're still in this thing. No time on the clock now, and it's the first to 76.
Plenty of time for 219 to win this game, but you got to guard that ball screen better with Tyler Weidman.
Weidman tries to throw for Hodges out of the timeout. Here comes Jackson, a quick little shovel. Too strong, but a fingertip from All Good Dogs, they say. So it stays with Shield 219. An 11-point second half for Marion Jackson. Nickerson, Cricky on the floor, catch and shoot right out of the inbounds. Front rim and rebound Gross.
Here, All Good Dogs, here it goes. Side ball screen, Tyler Weidman, their last possession. You do not have to force anything.
Tate, tough little pass inside. McDermott kept it alive. Jackson rips it away. Wood goes right at Tate. Stands his ground, but was shuffling the feet. Free throws coming for Brandon Wood. 68-63, we played a 76.
Miles Tate has been outstanding in transition defense today. He cut Brandon Wood off right there. He has to see with his vision that he had the help coming. There's no reason to reach down right there and bail Wood out. But a heady play from the vet to go right into the body of Tate. Needs to knock these down.
Wood from Kokomo, Indiana. Hits the free throw. 68-65. What a resume overseas. Morocco, Greece, Israel, Lithuania, Macedonia, Austria, Italy. He's a champion in Hungary and Switzerland.
That resume tells you even more so than his ability to play basketball is his ability to adapt.
He played for Team Arkansas last year in TBT, and they made a deep run. Here's Hodges. Hodges trying to go coast to coast. Slips out on him. Down three, here's Wood.
As he pull.
They need 11 points for the win, Shield 219. Almost out of the grasp of Nickerson. Adekoya waved off from the screen. He wants Cricky. Wood on the crossover. Wood to Cricky, good slip inside. What a block, Weidman.
Tyler Weidman doing it all on both ends.
Weidman then gave it away. Gross was too close. Cricky down at the other end, the two-hand flush.
Back and forth we go. All Good Dogs lost their way on defense. Tyler Weidman bailed them out. But a heads-up play by 219 to read the passing lane.
The way this game's played out, Jordan, you'd think it deserves a last-shot winner. Tate, air ball. McDermott keeps it alive. To Hodges. Playing to 76 here in game one. Tense moments now. Hodges turns. There's contact inside.
I think if you're All Good Dogs, you got to go back to Shelvin Mack here. The offense is out of sorts. Here he comes now. Shelvin Mack got to get this offense back in sorts. You don't love the first three possessions into the Elam Ending. Tyler Weidman, 12 fourth quarter points. He got 2 turnovers here, and they haven't really played much through him.
That was the concern about Mack leaving that arm. He was in a loose ball joust with Wood. McDermott. McDermott inside. Lost his footing. Weidman. An extra large fourth quarter for Weidman.
Hats off to McDermott. Shot's not going. He gets downhill. That was 100% a foul, but Weidman cleans it up. 219 got away with one.
The whistles have been swallowed a few times here in this first game. Cricky dribbled it off his foot. Wood to keep it alive. Brandon Wood against McDermott inside. The running right-hander. That's tough.
That is so tough from the veteran. Not going to blow by you anymore, but he will play the angle both with the drive and off the glass. So good from Brandon Wood.
Lead is 1. All good Dogs need just 6. They find the man who's at the epicenter of everything right now for All Good Dogs. Weidman and Mack run a little screen and roll combo and a slip on the baseline. There is a foul on Shield 219.
Go back to the well if the water's good. Keep going to Tyler Weidman in that side or top ball screen. Gets the call right there. There's one thing, talking to Jared Sullinger before the tournament, the GM of Ohio State, talking about the hardest job in the TBT is probably the official. You don't want to be the reason the game ends. So, if it's egregious, you got to call it, but it's tough. I do not envy. They do a great job.
Marion Jackson, 5 fouls. Tate, 5 fouls for All Good Dogs. Those are the 2 in foul trouble. You get 6. Hodges backing in, throws it off the window. He was out of options and left his feet, but it paid off.
All Good Dogs trying to impose that size, impose their will down low, whether it's Hodges or Weidman.
They're 4 points away. Jackson, gross. Throws that to the Motor Speedway.
Ty Gross goes and gets it at the top. As you mentioned, to the Motor Speedway. That's a long ways away.
It is a long way away. Nickerson. Standing on the sideline. Active hands, Mack. They come up with a steal. All Good Dogs, 4 points away.
Mental mistake there by Nickerson. He had Marion Jackson. The defender went under.
Mack, Weidman calling for it.
Why not? Why not? I was wondering when they were going to go back to it. That's what got them to where they're at.
The basket has been wider than a cornfield for Tyler Weidman.
He's throwing a rock in the ocean right now. He hasn't hit the rim. These are all net from downtown for Tyler Weidman. And he's got All Good Dogs rolling 1 point away from the second round of the TBT.
75-69, All Good Dogs. Weidman with 23, and he's 5 of 6 from deep. 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it here during the timeout. Shield 219 down to their last pulse. And they need a score, and then they need stops. Elam Ending at 76. Tyler Weidman being able to ignite. And maybe that's the area where you can go to different markets in the international game, see how it's played, where you better have a shooting game. We mentioned him being 0 of 6 from his college days at Butler, so long in the rear view, but he's turned himself into an impressive player who's got that range now in his game.
100%. The TBT, obviously a great event, money tournament, alumni event, but it's also a chance for these guys to put something on tape for their professional career. And Tyler Weidman definitely has got to be sending this one around the world, the way he's shooting the ball. Shield 219 has to be incredulous with this when you game plan for them. I don't think you plan for Tyler Weidman going 5 of 6 in the final quarter of the game.
Jackson, Adekoya, Cricky, Wood, and Nickerson on the floor for Shield 219. They need a 7-0 run to end this game to pull the upset.
Shelvin Mack, 35, 36 years old, out here pressuring the ball like that.
Still going strong. Father of 3. Wood comes around and nearly knocked down the 3. Batted out into the hands of guess who? Tyler Weidman. 1 point away, All Good Dogs.
Where do you think this ball's going right here?
Fouls to give here. Hodges cuts inside, and he's wild on the layup miss.
I'm going to be honest, that is absolutely not where I thought the ball was going right there. But
he wanted to end it. He wanted to end it. Shelvin Mack's got an Elam Ending winner in his past. And for this group, All Good Dawgs, they got to the second round last year on their home floor. Fell behind 9-0 in this game. Controlled play for the second quarter. Swinging back, Shield 219 in the third, and then the big push in the fourth. Wood with that shot distracted. McDermott saves it to win the possession back for All Good Dawgs.
Shield 219 wanted a foul there. Looked like Brandon Wood might have got hit on the wrist.
Another one that's gone silent. Mack works around, finds McDermott for the win. No! Gross! Yes!
An exclamation.
The Shield has been shattered emphatically on the gross dunk to send All Good Dawgs to the second round.
That's where I thought the ball was going, at least the action on the first chance. Ty Weidman, Shelvin Mack, high screen and roll. You can't leave Weidman, obviously, based off what he's done. Mack turns the corner. McDermott doesn't knock it down. He struggled, but Ty Gross climbs the ladder and gets the entire Butler men's basketball team out of their seats as All Good Dawgs moves on. A really good battle between these two in-state alumni groups.
If we have three more like that, partner, we're going to be happy leaving this building tonight.
It's going to be a good day. Hey, you know what? We're in Hinkle. It's a place where basketball is religious. It's raining outside, and the guys are looking down upon us. Ain't nothing better to do than be inside Hinkle Fieldhouse watching basketball right now.
All Good Dawgs win it 77-69. The Elam Ending on the slam home on the rebound from Ty Gross. The 6'8" man from Ypsilanti, Michigan, wins it. And All Good Dawgs will play on Monday in the regional semifinals. They'll face the winner of Assembly Ball and Fail Harder, which is up next here at Hinkle Fieldhouse. The final score, All Good Dawgs 77, Shield 219 69. For Jordan Taylor, I'm Neil Sika. Thanks for watching. TBT 25 from Indianapolis continues shortly.